What is up, everybody? Welcome to Final Circle presented by Esports Arena. I'm your host, Tsquared. And if you're wondering what is Series E, well, it's an open invitational infrastructure. It's a seasonal event, and it's pretty awesome because it's the first time in Apex that we've been able to have a farm system for our amateur and semi-professional players where they competed in a 4-week qualification process in September and October to go through and try to earn their spots to try to be partnered with one of these top partners and sponsors that you're going to see on your screen, like Pringles, Cheez-It, Intel, Razer, Apple Jacks. The list continues. Nestle, Pure Life. You can just think of any type of major sponsor and partner, and they're probably here, and you see them on your screen right there. But they get cash prizes to compete. Each week, there's money up for grabs. They also are getting a monthly salary to boot throughout all of that, and they're competing every week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Tuesday is our open day, where it's first come, first serve. You can come in and sign in and compete against our partnered teams. That's at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then on Wednesday, it's our pro day, where we have our top professional teams from North America and Europe battling it out against our partnered teams to see who's going to be the champion of the week. As always, Tuesday is our open day here at Series E, where it's 11 slots coming to our first come, first serve, going up against our 9 partnered teams, and we always have a stacked lobby going in. But let's take a look at some of the replays and the highlights from that day.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Series E, where it is Intel Week, and what a week it is to actually be Intel Week. By the way, Jamerson here, joined by a different face. We do not have Tom Tsquared Taylor. We've got KP5 instead. KP, how you doing today?
Doing well, man. How are you?
We are heading into game number 1 with that EVA 8 to try and finish them off. Not able to quite hit it. Crummy getting another knock onto Mitla now. Once again, very tense situation as we got 15 seconds before the zone starts closing, and it's Team Intel that have, I guess, the least amount of pressure on them right now. They are safely in the zone. It's going to be the other side. How are they going to try and manage this one? They will have the cooldowns. They will have the bubble along with everything else really to work with here. The drop down there. Bubble has been used on the other side. Team tries to push in. Massive shot hits for 39. Tries to play around the bubble. And it's going to be Tempest to get the first knock. And there it is. Team Intel take the win. A lot of damage. Throws down a good nade for himself as Tempest comes in with that bolt. Gets the knock onto Rolzers. Almost gets a second here. Goes for a repeat. Now it's a 1v2. Tempest is a one-man wrecking machine. Look. Yeah, the pre-port has been used, and the ring starts pulling away now as Mercy only takes a lot of damage. Gentrifying, of all people, to get that knock, and we'll see how long he can delay for. Use that Q to try and survive. Wrong port right into the fences as Noct comes in. And do 2 brains, 1 controller have this? It's Mr. Hakulo by himself, and Team Razer will be able to clutch that one up, and they take game number 2. All of a sudden, you get pushed from the other side. It's Nestle Pure Life, though. Oh boy, E-boy Ronnie. Anyone running out from that building is able to get that knock, and that creates an opening now for Team Applejacks. 3 squads remaining. Applejacks, Intel, and Team Razer, as Hill is the only one up for Team Intel currently. Mr. Hakulo and Mercy only gets finished off, so we are in the top 2 as it looks like Team Applejacks will put a stop to Team Intel very shortly here. Hill does push up. He's got the Mastiff, but he's not able to hit the shots whatsoever, and he does fall. Team Applejacks take this game. Relents in his pursuit currently as he pushes forward to try and find this last kill. Spots him out. It's Gibraltar on the other side. He's got blue armor as well. Hits for flesh and will finish him. They're trying their best to knock this door, and now they will make the entry with that bubble, but Fat Fruit Ninja hits a big one onto Bird. Sung tries to answer back, and Fat Fruit Ninja clutch.
Yeah, AMG's doing a great job of staying alive right now. They held that high ground for a very long time, and it was... Oh, and it... Yeah, we got just fights popping off here now. You got Sleepy Panda taking down Lion. Sleepy Panda also taking down Clay, and Sleepy Panda really stepping up for the team here. Coming in with a massive shot. It's going to hit him 14. Still hasn't cracked him purple. And 2 brains, 1 controller is going to come in and take the win. It looks like they're going to fully commit here.
There it is, the push. Big shots coming out for Mercy only, and You know, I'm not surprised to say that once again. 56 with the 14 is happening, but they are standing their ground. They answer back. It's a 1-for-1. It's a 2v2 now, but Stink has gone down as Fat Fruit Ninja and Blight are pushing in. Big massive shot out, but he has to reload. Pop-Tarts will be able to take the win. Massive out. He gets jumped on, pulls on back, and he does get that knock onto E-Boy Ronnie. It's going to be a 2v1 for Bambino, who's taking so much damage, but he does get the knock onto Matt Pickett. Here comes Team Intel, though, with the flank for the third party. Rockstar survived for now, but at what cost? 3 more shots remaining on it, and it looks like he goes for another peek. Doesn't connect. He's got 2 more shots, but now he gets pushed as the full squad is going to try and wrap around onto him. Currently, here comes the EMP out from Applejacks, and that might be the saving grace for AMG currently, as Sleepy Panda is able to reconnect with the squad. Applejacks now going out to try to go for an attack, but it's Duplex to pick up a double, taking out Inos and Sleepy Panda. Here comes Klain, getting a port out for a separate angle. He can go ahead and rejoin his team. Klain getting the knock onto Rolders, and it's gonna be Applejacks barring any kind of miraculous play from the other sides. They've already got the knocks. They've already got the position on the ring. Now they just need to finish it off. Team Applejacks take the win. Oh boy, 15 seconds before the ring starts closing, they have to make a play for this. Do Rockstar have a play? Can they climb up on this one? Very difficult now as Tech has recovered. He is going to be forced to back away though, as Team Intel watch their back now. Here comes the EMP. It connects onto them, slows them down, as the zone now will start pressuring them. Noct finishes off Munsgod, gets that solo. We're now down to the top 3, climbing right into the fences, full committing as Noct picks up 2, and it might just be 2 brains, 1 controller, but oh no, it's only Noct now, still surviving with about 30 HP. It's Team Rockstar with the climb up, biding their time, taking game number 7.
Those northeast zones, it was time for them to take a hike. We're gonna jump on board over here with Team Cheez-Its, and you got Strictly right now dropping stomps. Strictly's gonna drop down this elevator shaft here. He's gonna lay in some massive shots down onto Impulsive Dream, and he's gonna turn back around. He's gonna hit the 121, and Strictly almost 1v3 those guys.
That's AMG coming in for the third party. Bambino was able to get the knock.
And it makes you wonder, when is this fight actually going to happen? Is it going to happen last second, or is somebody going to drop down, 10 to 15 seconds before this zone starts collapsing? I'm really interested to see what it looks like. Duplexes might be trying to make a little climb up, and he's going to try to wrap around here with his portal and try to set one up top for him.
EMP has been used along with the defensive bombardment, but the bubbles are there to keep them alive. Hundreds already getting 2 knocks, and it looks like Team Pringles will take the final game of the evening.
It was a dominating performance from Team Razor. They always show out on the open days. They're aggressive and they take fights over towards the outside with that Gibraltar Bloodhound combination, but not far behind them, Team Intel during Intel Week and Rockstar. Dudes Night Out had a rough start. They qualified for the LCQ over the weekend, but started off a little slow and then started to pick it up over towards the tail end, just like they did during the tournament, and we'll see them in the playoffs. Also, another team we'll see in the playoffs and player is going to be Farmer Lucas from Pop-Tart, so it's going to be interesting to see how they fare out. Good luck to them. But let's take a look at our open teams and what they've done throughout this entire time through Series E. It's 2 brains, 1 controller, followed by Crafting, ZIN, another team that qualified for the LCQ, and they're going to be in playoffs as well. But 2 brains, 1 controller always shows out, always has a really strong performance. It's not surprising to see them at the top of the leaderboard for our open teams. Wednesday is our pro day here at Series Z, and I think it's the most stacked lobby that we have in Apex because we're combining our 9 partnered teams and throwing them together with 11 pro teams, 7 from North America, 4 from Europe, and the EU teams always show out. Last week, they had a dominating performance. Let's see the highlights and replays from this week and find out what happened.
Welcome back, guys, to Intel Week here at Series E. Jamerson joined once again now by Tsquared.
Performance from the LCQ. Glad to see them here and ready to duke it out again in Series Z as they push into a team. Great flank coming in for Pau as the rest of
Here comes Team Intel, though, with the aggressive bubble. They hit for purple with the thermite now, only onto the 1 as Team taking some damage, and he hits the wingy shots, taking out hundreds, and he will continue to push now as they drop down to the low ground. It's Bowser's to take out Casellos. So 2 brains, 1 controller clapping back, getting their revenge on them, and they will be able to finish them off. Bowser getting that last kill onto Stink as well. But now it's our last 2 squads. 2 brains, 1 controller. They've got the crossfire set up by Team Intel right now, and 2 brains, 1 controller are just slowly being poked away at as Hill gets the knock, and they will be able to finish them off. Team Intel take the initial win here during Pro Night of Intel Week. Race taking a lot of damage, trying to play behind the rocks currently, as Matt Pickett able to hit with those triple take shots. It's 19 seconds left before the zone closes, and it does pull their way. So Na'Vi can take their time. They're not under too much pressure. It's now Cooler who have to figure out how they get in here. They've already got the zip line set up to get on top of the tanks as well to set up another angle, but they need to do some initial damage here so that Na'Vi aren't just freely peeking over at them. They're going to elect instead to go for the low ground push here, as Sir Del now can go ahead and just slide on up if he wants to with that grapple. Does back down once again, and now we are left in a standstill here. Here comes the drop down, quite possibly though. Na'Vi versus Cooler, and what a way to end this one here. Former teammates battling it out. Nesh gets the first knock onto Del, and Na'Vi take game number 2. They've got the bubble on their side to work with 2 now. Standoff as
Sardell goes down to ring.
Goes down to the ring of all things. Arc stars and nades are coming in, as right now Intel, it looks like they've got the mad advantage. Don't know if Vaxlon was ever rezzed up into this, as he was actually. Here comes the massive shots. Vaxlon does go down. The Team Intel down to a duo here, trying to finish this one off. Good usage of that knock shield, and Team Intel will take another game.
Towards the top center, I think that's 303. We see what's happening with the bubble being popped there for Hill. He does get charged immediately, has the armor swap. You see
a lot of cover to work with, along with the replicator to get them the additional meds that they need for this. Here comes the full push coming out from Team Razor. They already got the first knock, second knock onto Yubin, and now there's only 1 remaining on the side of 303. What a great push coming out from them here. Zero Tricky does cover Hakulo's retreat, but now he has to go into that queue, making the blind rotate in as he's trying to get the information for his squad. There's a Bloodhound right in front of them, and it looks like it's gonna be Team Sentinels there on the south side as a full 3-man, biding their time, taking the win.
that's going to be Flanker. Flanker setting it in very early. The rest of Team Liquid caught in this gas. Good spray by Song. He gets it in the middle of the gas so he can try to heal up with just a little HP, but you can see 1 HP coming in for Flanker. Hodsick now the last guy alive in a 2 versus 1 situation. We'll be able to get this battery off, but how much longer before the rest of these...
Massive. There's a counter Cossack on the other side. Sunny taking a lot of damage from that one, so they got to be careful. Here comes the push out. Sung is the one that wins that one out. Remaining 3rd Impact taking a lot of damage there. Unfortunately, they get finished off. It's gonna be Team Rice Krispies versus Sentinels right now. Sung getting that knock, and it looks like they will be able to finish this one off. Surely it's a 3v2, but they tried to back set off, drop down low. 1v2 now. It's all up to Retzi here. He doesn't have any armor to work with, and Rice Krispies will take game number 5. Who's on to Team Intel? They're forced to just abandon Teen here. Hill taking a lot of damage as well. Tempest has gone down. Just like that, it's Hill by himself. And off.
What a big kill there from Hill. That extra kill point plus the placement point. Could that be enough points for them to take first place here, knowing that Cooler was eliminated? Team Liquid Flanker on that Bangalore. He's down. Nocturnal, it's up to him. I think it's TSM and CLG going to be duking it out, but you do have a very nice rotation coming in. The scan going to hit though from Snipe Down. They're going to realize exactly where that player is. Nocturnal doing whatever he can to just try to be the last person involved in this fight. Pau going to send it over towards the TSM bubble. Reps with the nice bubble. You have some great angles being taken as well. Gets the double knock there with the Hemlock. Now Madness is the last guy alive. Keep in mind, Nocturnal healthy throughout all this. Hal, only person that needs to heal up. And there it is. They spot him out as the last guy alive. TSM takes the final game. Team Intel took the week during their week, so it was a big performance from them. Congratulations. They held off Cooler for that second spot. Both of those teams took home some cash throughout the time. Sentinels put up a good performance. CLG was right there bouncing back after not qualifying for the playoffs, our summer champions that we had in the ALGS. But man, what a performance coming through from Team Intel. We're going to have an interview with them a little bit later. When we take a look at our overall Series E partner teams leaderboard, we have a tie for second and third place between Team Rockstar and Intel after the big win that Intel was able to put together on the Pro Day. Their stock is going to continue to rise. But Razor, they're just too unstoppable on the open days. Their play style really fits it. Again, they're taking a lot of fights over towards the outside, and you can see just the amount of kills and damage that they're putting in. Again, the Tuesday open day is available for anybody that wants to participate. It's the first 11 slots, first come, first serve. You can see your name up here with the partner teams and also try to make your way into Series E eventually for our next qualifications. This is the hardest part of the show. It's where I make predictions on what I think is going to happen next week in Series E. I'm going to have to give it to the same teams that dominated this week. Team Razor on the open day and then Team Intel on the Pro Day. Just something about the Pro Day for Team Intel sits right. They tend to really rise up to the level of competition, so I think they're going to be able to do it again. On Monday, we had the last chance qualifier here in the ALGS Autumn Circuit, and it was an awesome display of Apex throughout the entire time. We had a big upset. CLG, our summer circuit champions in the ALGS, actually didn't make it, but we're going to take a look at the top 5 teams that actually qualified, and you're going to see a lot of familiar names that pop up in Series Z. Number 1 was Team Liquid, one of our pro teams that we have signed. Coming in the 5th spot actually was SIZ, followed by Dudes Night Out. We had MST and also Farm Boys. So shout out to Lucas for making it in. Also Tempest from Team Intel was able to make his way there too. Those are going to be for the playoffs that are coming in. Those 5 LCQ spots are for the playoffs that are happening December 19th and 20th. We're going to have NA happening on the 19th, and the EMEA region is taking place on the 20th. It's going to be a different format. It's going to be first to 50 points. Once you hit 50 points, you're going to have match point. Then you have to actually win a game. That's how you're going to be declared the champion throughout all that. So make sure you check it out, twitch.tv/playapex. But stick around. We're going to have an interview with Team Intel right after this.
Stack Pringles flavors. Make new ones.
How much do you think Pringles paid these people?
Hardly anything. Hey, you guys want to stack different Pringles flavors to create new flavor combos? Here, I'll go first. Pizza, barbecue, and jalapeno. The spicy barbecue pizza stack. Get him!
Grandpa, what's going on?
Pringles. We're trapped in a Pringles commercial. They must have taken us in our sleep.
How can we get out?
We can't, Summer. They warned me this would happen, and I didn't listen. Stack Pringles, make endless new flavors. Stacking Pringles to make new flavors. Make endless new flavors. Barbecue, wavy, and sour cream and onion equals a 3-layer dip stack.
All right, as everyone knows, at the end of every final circle, we have an interview. And this week, we have the pleasure of having Team Intel, the winners from our Pro Day, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So how's everyone feeling? I mean, winning 2 out of the first 3 games. Hill, you're the IGL, if I remember correctly from our first interview. How did it feel for you guys to get that dub and start off so strong today?
It felt good. I'm trying to think back the games in my head, but it was a little bit of luck, but we also just played rotates really clean. We saw a lot of opportunities for like third parties and people being distracted, kind of looking outwards instead of like looking where to go next. So the games felt good and clean overall.
Yeah, definitely.
Tina, I want to talk to you guys about how you guys are able to make your rotations without having a recon character. So you guys find yourselves in these end zones. Are you guys able to judge based on other teams with recon characters on where to go, or are you guys basing it off of seeing round 1, seeing round 2, and then going and making your play after that because you guys have so much knowledge?
So for me, it's literally like I'd say probably like 60% gut feeling, and just I've been competing for literally since the start of the game. So there's kind of like a patch. There's like a rotation of circles, and it's kind of you see the zone. You're like, okay, I can go here, here, and here. Let's aim for this spot. And then you start seeing some cryptos coming. You start seeing some pathfinders come in. It's like, oh, okay, I know where this is going, and then we just go there.
Originally, I think there was a survey circle that ended up going more over towards the epicenter side, and that was the game I believe that you guys won when you made a rotation over towards, I think it was 2 brains, 1 controller, and Team Pringles that was over down towards the bottom. Now, was that a circle that was anticipated to possibly go over towards survey, or did you guys think that you had to make your way over towards epicenter eventually?
I mean, those zones are so hard. Epicenter, survey zones are probably the hardest, hands down, because if you're not in right away, it's just game over. So when we got to survey and we knew no one was there, we knew it wasn't going there and it was most likely going to epi. But we kind of had to take the situation we were given. And then as zone closed, I saw a spot for us to play. And then from there, we just saw like third party. And then we just took the one that brought us to height and eventually the win.
So I wasn't able to see you guys yesterday. Teen, where did you guys land yesterday? And when did you guys start going over towards Fragment West? Because on our graphic, we have you as like the sorting factory team, right? We saw earlier in Series E, you guys were kind of going over there. Now you're going over towards where Navi was contesting, Pop Tarts was contesting. Where did this come from, and how were you guys able to get that for free?
We honestly, just the first game we were flying over and nobody was there, so we just took it because it's a good spot. I mean, and I don't know, I don't really like to fight off spawn too much. So if there's something that's not bad loot, but it's open, then it's always preferred.
Yeah, and it ended up working out really well for you guys because you don't need a beacon to scan, as really good middle rotations. And I was expecting a couple of different teams to come over. One thing that I was wondering, Tempest, was what you were going to play, because we see in the LCQ, you switch on over to Crypto. We know that you play Watson in Series Z. So what's that like for you, switching between both characters, and which one do you think is your strongest character?
Right now it's probably Watson because I played it for so long. I'm still getting used to Crypto, but I think Crypto's a more versatile character. But with our playstyle, I think Watson works really well.
And it has been working out really well. Hill, you were talking about how you're able to play off of different teams and things like that. And how are you guys able to work the Watson into the meta right now? And was that ever a conversation to potentially switch Tempest off of Watson, even though he is a really strong Watson, and go with Crypto? Because we have seen a lot of Watsons come out of the meta. Maybe it's Olympus and Watson's just not that strong. Everyone's playing ranked, et cetera, et cetera. But what do you think about the current state of Watson, and what do you think you guys are going to stick with going forward?
I think we'll definitely stick with Watson going forward. I love the character. I love the way you play with it. There's so many like little niche things that like a lot of teams don't know or like don't like use to the best ability with Watson that I'm definitely going to keep her. But yeah, I thought many times of taking Watson out for either Bloodhound or Crypto or even Caustic, you showing how good that is. But with Watson, especially, it kind of depends where you land and what your heals are like. But it's kind of a security and a stable. Even if you're in a bad spot, if you get gen down, you get fences down, you can turn an open-ish area to like a bunker. So I love Watson, and I'll keep using her.
Yeah, I think Tempest plays a very strong Watson. One of the things that I noticed, Tempest, that you're able to do, and something that was very small, and I think this is kind of what Hill is talking about, is even though you may not be able to challenge something, there's sometimes we were able to actually get fences down, even when you're not able to have a presence and poke and shoot and things like that. I noticed that's something that you're very good at, is you put fences down whenever you can, whenever you need to, and you have an extra presence. When you go to other Watsons, they're kind of just like setting up in small corners or making like rectangles and squares and things like that. You actually are weaving things around and connecting them. What do you think? Why were you guys switching from crypto during the LCQ Tempest to go back on over to crypto? And then why do you think that that was happening? Was it just like a certain way that your team plays when, because you guys aren't on the same team for ALGS, and I'm wondering why that is, because you guys played so well today. But either way, you guys both have very solid squads when it comes to the LGS. I'm just curious how you're able to even manage playing both of those characters at this moment, man.
Well, Crypto actually, Six, my teammate for ALGS, is a really good crypto main. So having him there definitely helps out with learning really quick. But Watson I've been playing since she came out, pretty much. I was a Watson main, so that kind of comes second nature. So it kind of makes it pretty easy to switch back and forth.
All right, you guys are creeping up on the standings after today. Do you think that you guys could potentially take over the first spot over Team Razor and kind of take Series E for all of the partner teams Hill? I want to know your thoughts after this, because this has to give you guys a lot of confidence after today.
It does, definitely. I mean, I always knew we can win every week if we go into 110% and execute the way we need to execute and play the way we can play. But I love the Razor boys, but they are very strong at a certain play style that works really well. You can see it on the Tuesday days, the open tournament style. They're smashing out almost 100 points every single week. I'm always going to play how I would on LAN or how I will for every tournament, and that's going zone, playing consistent in a repeatable way that's not relying on kind of how other teams play. So I think Razor will keep edging out that first place. I think they'll do it, but I also know we also can have a chance at it as well. So it's not out of the picture.
I like the answer. I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys play next week, and congratulations on your big win today. Do you guys want to give a shout out to anybody, maybe to Team Intel for helping you guys win during Team Intel week?
Of course, the power of my i7. Nice PC.
I don't know if you can see it in the shot, but I got the i7 in there as well.
All right, love to hear it, guys. Congratulations again. It was awesome to see you guys perform, and it was a lot of fun. I don't think Teen missed one shot with the wingman when we were on a screen for about 2 minutes, and then shot over to the Mastiff. It's nice to see some wingman gamers. I appreciate that from you guys. But again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, shake it, kiddo. Love Dad. Oh.
I've got this. Kellogg's Rice Krispies treats. A little love when it's needed.
It's Kellogg's, Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks, Corn Pops, Tiger Paws. They're Jumbo.
Jumbo snacks, snack time heroes. Gonna take them on the go. Cereal, magnified, showing up for snacking time. Jumbo snacks, snack time heroes. Gonna take them on the go.
It's Jumbo. It's for snacking. It's Jumbo Snacks.
Cheez-It snapped. How's it taste? It's so thin, crispy, and cheesy. And I just want to keep eating it. And eating it. They love them.
Snapped. So good we may run out of cheese.
Imagine you love frosting and filling.
I do love frosting and filling.
Oh, well, imagine if there was a way to enjoy that delicious goodness anywhere, anytime, out of the toaster, out of the box, out of one of those baggy thingies, with nothing but a thin layer of foil between you and...
Pasta.
Yes, Curtis. This is a commercial about pasta.
I love it.
Frosting and filling for your pasta.
I like pesto.